For today's deck testing video, we're going to be doing something a little bit goofy, and that's just because I haven't played around with it, even though it got some new tools. So we're going to be playing a self-silence deck. In this particular case, it's going to be a self-silence scout, and I mostly decided to go with scout because Mournhold Trader gives us another thing that you're okay with self-silencing, along with the new 1-drop Brotherhood Suspect. The goal is to make as much value as possible out of a card like a Mute, where you get to silence up to 2 creatures. So we're running all of the stuff that you want to play and then silence. Things like Imprisoned Deathlord, Hulking Mummy, Corrupted Shade after it loses the ward, etc., etc. Siege Catapult is in here. Servant Jaw, Kajay is backup silence options, along with the Suppress, the Shadow Fens, etc., etc. So I don't think this is going to go very well, but it's something that I wanted to mess around with, and I'm just trying to get anything at all recorded. I've been having an awful lot of tech issues lately, so this is very likely going to be a pretty sparse week in terms of content, and it was likely going to be sparse anyway because I have a lot of stuff coming up. I'm trying to prep for the Legends of Runeterra preview event that's coming, but I also have a presentation that I'm giving on Wednesday at like a local school, and with a bunch of other work creeping in, it would have been a reduced week content-wise just normally, but now because of all of the tech issues, yeah, we'll try this, I guess. Because of the tech issues, the time that I would have spent just recording,
silent as the
I've had to spend it trying to get my PC to cooperate with things. So we're hoping that this will record without issues. Alright, they were eyeballing it.
I bark and bird. This is interesting.
Alright.
for Father Sithis.
Sure. Sure.
Whisper your need to the scales. You will die where you stand.
Alright, bit of a shame. But not a lot we can do about that. Now I could double trade into that if I wanted. That doesn't seem very great to do their job for them. See what happens here first. Now the question is, do we want to give them the contract or not? We only have the 1 silence, but we then have this as a backup. Though, if I'm going to use this on the Shade, then that means Shade has to be developed over here. Next turn, they would be able to jump up as high as 5 if they use the contract and the ring. I think I'm fine with that. I think we just let this go, actually. I mean, we know they're going to make the value trade. We're trying to play aggressively here anyway.
Hail to this.
Alright, so they do in fact go up to 5. And I suppose that's a quality top deck in many respects. But I'm not sure it's one that we want to use here.
Make your peace, dog. Too late for you.
Let's go ahead and push the damage. Yeah. As I said at the start, I don't think this deck is going to do particularly well. It's kind of reliant on drawing the fatties that you want to self-silence. So here in game 1, we've drawn just really the Shade as far as like true self-silence things. The 1-drop that's a 2/4 isn't exactly what I would consider to be premier self-silence target. You want Siege Catapult, you want Imprisoned Deathlord, or Hulking Mummy, which is your budget version. Things like that. We're actually pretty okay with that. I mean, unless they're shipping it back. Okay. So they can ship it back and value trade into one of these.
Hail to scaleless coward.
And there's a mummy that we were looking for. 7, 10, 12. I think we're safe
Time to die.
from like a damage standpoint. So I think we do this. This Knight of the Order could end up being a pretty strong Shadow Lane play,
Sheepskin.
depending on how they answer.
Power of the Hist.
Yeah. Seems okay, but we don't even have to do that. We can go ahead with the mute, though. Being able to silence this is pretty good here as well. So I think that you do go with the Knight, mostly because if we hit a prophecy here, for example, that just sets us up for a better future turn, having the bodies on the board. But we don't hit the prophecy, and we actually get a win with whatever this self-silence abomination is. So we're going to go ahead and jump to game 2 as I speed through these menus. Alright, well, self-silence scout, 1-0. I wasn't expecting that, but I think that's one of the reasons why I like to play proactive decks in the Elder Scrolls Legends, is sometimes, even if you have a pile of garbage, as long as you have a proactive game plan, you can just kind of steal a victory here or there. I like being the aggressor, despite the game kind of giving a lot of tools to the defender in the form of runes and prophecies and things like that. I just prefer being the aggressor. As they say, math is for blockers. I guess we'll keep this. We'd prefer a 1-drop there as well, but beggars can't be choosers. The rest of our curve is pretty spicy, though. Though this on curve isn't super great. Also, neither is this, though. I got a feeling that this is just going to be us getting dumpstered. This is not a deck that I think does very well against Control Tribunal, and it does actually appear that that's what we are running into.
Make your peace, dog.
Oh, Shakaje, bless your servant.
So, yeah, we're just going to get ground out with heavy removal, and we do not have a fast enough game plan.
What's yours?
We also just don't have large enough bodies, it would seem.
Be silent.
I mean, I don't want to do this because it means he gets the heal, but if I don't put damage on it, then they're just going to end up, like, javelining that, and then I'm still stuck 2 for 1ing into the guard. It's just kind of funny to me because our deck is supposed to just have these massive bodies that you self-silence, and then our opponent has just played bigger bodies than us every turn now. It is worth noting, however, that part of the reason that they are able to do that, or what's facilitating that, is the fact that they've had the ring, but still.
Silent as the grave.
Oh look, it's a first rune prophecy against Tribunal. Shocker, I know. Shocker, I know. Alright, well, I mean, we won the first game. That's all that I guess matters. I was expecting to go 0-2. If we're going to go 1-1 in a video like this where I'm just kind of memeing around, then I'll take it as a victory. And we'll see if we can recover. I mean, the answer is no. If I was playing on the ladder, I would have conceded already. Which you might be saying to yourself, man, Charmer, that's an awfully, like, early time to give up. But I assure you it's not.
For Father Sinis.
In a game like this, when they have more cards than you and a better board than you, and they've hit that first rune prophecy. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do this. Gatekeeper is interesting because we run so much self-silence. you can be kind of sneaky, because you can swing with your gatekeeper, and then if you need to push the other damage, you can self-silence your own gatekeeper and get like an extra big burst out of it. Oof. Immolating Blast, huh? We're going to be coming into this not being silence either. Oh, okay.
What's yours is mine.
Rip.
I smell the
Well, I guess we just go full aggro. Doesn't really matter.
As the grave.
We're out of cards. They still have far too much health. The old Wax Wayne actually was a bit clunky for us there. We really wanted that to be a self-silence to maybe at least force the tome. I mean, they still had an answer in the form of the tome, but... Alright.
For Father Sitis.
Of course I'm on your side.
So, yeah, like I said, we're just gonna keep trying to be aggressive. Be aggressive, but...
What's yours?
As I said before, they had way too many cards in hand and way too much health.
They will meet their makers.
So this was kind of a foregone conclusion. Alright, so now they get access to
Surprise!
the health in the form of drain.
Citizen.
And then we give them even more drain. Because why not? Sure. I guess. Why not? I mean, they're just gonna break that, and then we give them the 2-1 anyway. They're gonna be gaining at least 8 health here. Yep. I wasn't sure if they were gonna double tome or not. That's why I said at least 8 health. One tome was on the menu, no matter what.
Ita.
What's yours is mine.
Don't worry.
Hey, we finally found something that we like actually want to self-silence, but no self-silence cards. We'll play it though. We'll play it out. This is going to be one of those games where, despite our best efforts, they will end with more cards on the board, more cards in hand, and more than their starting health by the end of it.
Ita. Ori.
What's yours is mine.
Garland Pox.
All right. Sure.
I smell the
Okay.
stench of the living.
I mean, there are exactly 0 prophecies that are going to save us at this point, so we're just kind of memeing around a bit.
I have enough to deal with.
So we'll do that and then pretend like we're trying to get a prophecy to save us, but the reality is
Wrong
this
place
one is
for a
over,
midnight
so
stroll.
Ita.
that's gonna be
What's
it.
yours is mine.
All right, well, 1-1 is better than I thought we were gonna get. So if you made it this far, sorry about the snooze fest of the last one, but thanks for watching, and until next time, may you walk on warm sands.